Welcome students, welcome to this lecture, Fundamentals of Language Processing. I am Professor Deepak Koshti, welcome you for this lecture. So in the previous lecture, we have seen what is meant by toy compiler, the front end and the back end. The back end is yet to see, the front end we have started. In the front end, we have seen what is meant by tables, what is meant by intermediate code, but lexical analysis, syntax analysis and semantic analysis is yet pending. So in this lecture, we are going to see scanning, parsing, and semantic analysis in detail. So let us start. So lexical analysis is also called as scanning. So what is the work of scanning? In the previous lecture we have seen, but we'll see in detail now. It identifies lexical units in a source statement. Now what is meant by lexical unit? So each lexical unit is containing lexical classes. What are the classes? Classes are like IDs, means identifiers. The lexical units may be constants. The lexical units may be reserved words. So ID, constant and reserved word are the lexical classes. And depending on the lexical class, these lexical units are entered into the respective table. If it is identifier, then it is entered into the symbol table. If it is constant, then it is entered into the constant table. If it is reserved ID, it is going to be there in mnemonics table. At the same time, lexical analysis builds a descriptor. A descriptor is called as token, and that each token is having two fields. One is code, another is number. Now let us see the example which we have seen in the previous lecture. A is equal to B plus I, wherein A and B are in real and I is in integer. So let us start with that. So same example, I is integer, A and B are in real. We are doing addition of B plus I. Now see here, the statement A equal to B plus I is represented as string of tokens. Now the string of tokens is the output of lexical analysis or scanning. So how it is done? Let us see. ID has 2 is nothing but A. Why ID has 2? Because I is entered first, then A is entered. Because A is encountered later than I. So ID has 2 is A, that we have seen in the previous lecture. Now you need to listen the previous lecture very carefully and make handouts. Write these tables so that in this lecture you will easily understand. Now I am just telling that ID has 2 is a symbol which is present in the symbol table at second location. But you will not understand what I am saying right now. So you need to write the symbol table in your notebook and see that. Now coming back to the explanation of this example, the statement A is nothing but a symbol A which is entered into the symbol table at location 2. That's why ID has 2. Now what is this OP hash 5? OP hash 5 is an operator which is located at 5th location. Now we'll say, you will ask me, sir, what is mean by 5th location? So each and every operator is having location. So see here, operator 10 means semicolon. Operator 3 means plus. Operator 5 means equal to. So in one of the lecture, I will give you how these operators are giving number. Okay, so for time being, keep in mind OP hash 5 means equal to assignment statement. So next is ID hash 3. What is ID? ID is a class. Hash 3 is a number. ID is a class of identifier which is present in the symbol table at location 3. So what is present at location 3 into the symbol table? B. What is present at location 2? A. What is meant by OP? Equal to. A equal to B. What is meant by OP hash 3? OP hash 3 is plus. ID hash 1 is derived from I. I. Where is I? I is got at the first occurrence. That's why id hash 1 is nothing but I. And op hash 10 is nothing but semicolon. So this is the statement a equal to b plus I, which is given here and which is converted into string of tokens as this. This is called as string of tokens. It is the output of lexical analysis, output of scanning. Up till this lecture we were only saying that lexical analysis, lexical analysis. So what is lexical analysis? This is what is the lexical analysis. Output of lexical analysis is string of tokens. You can read what is given here that I have already explained. Okay, we'll move to the next slide, that is nothing but syntax analysis. Now before I explain what is syntax analysis, just read the slide. Syntax analysis, it processes the string of tokens. From where the string of tokens will come? From the first step. What is that? Scanner. From the scanner, that is meant by from the lexical analyzer, a string of token will be generated that will be accepted by the syntax analysis. Depending on this IC string of tokens, builds an IC which represents structure of a statement. How the statement is, the structure is built here. And the IC is passed to the semantic analysis to determine meaning of the statement. So depending on the output given by the scanner, syntax analysis will find out the errors, if any. It will generate IC and it will forward the IC to the next step, that is semantic analysis. So what these diagrams are, let us see. IC for statement A, comma B real and A equal to B plus I. A tree is chosen for IC. So this is just a representation. Don't worry about this. So what this tree is indicating, this is for this particular statement. A comma B is real, represented like this. So root is type real. What is real? A is real and B is real. Next statement is A is equal to B plus I. So here equal to is given as a root node. A equal to B plus I. So this is RHS. This is RHS. So RHS is assigned to the LHS. That is nothing but to the A. So this is how the syntax analysis is performed. This syntax analysis gives tree. This we call it as IC, intermediate code. We are going to see intermediate code. We are going to generate intermediate code. Don't worry for right now. Just listen that this is what the intermediate code, tree form. Okay, we are going to generate intermediate code. So this is called as syntax analysis. Now output of the syntax analysis is taken by the next step, that is called as semantic analysis. Now let us see semantic analysis of the statement A is equal to B plus I. Now what the semantic analysis is doing, information concerning the type of the operands is added into the IC. Now IC may be incomplete because semantic analysis is now going to decide whether the given IC is complete or not. So to make the IC complete, semantic analysis is required. How? That we will see. Now check this. What is given here? It is given here A is of type real equal to B is of type real. Next is I is of type integer. So A equal to B plus I. Here just the type of each and every variable or identifier is given. This is called as step 1 of semantic analysis. Now let us see what is the step 2. Semantic analysis step 2. Now here the rule of doing the assignment operation is perform RHS first. So now to perform RHS, focus is now shifted to the RHS. Now here you can see that A is real, now don't worry about it. B is real. Now here I star is mentioned. Why I star is mentioned? Because I is of type integer. So integer and real cannot be added together. That's why I is converted to I star, giving the type real. So now B is real, okay. I star is real, okay. Now addition can be performed. So this is nothing but taking both operands in the same data type. Semantic analysis step 3 is check type compatibility. Here I is converted to I star. Now this is I and this is I star. Okay. Now semantic analysis in step 3 checking the type compatibility. I star and B are now in real. Now addition can be performed. Now don't confuse. Step 1 is just putting the type of every identifier. Step 2 focus shift to the RHS. Step 3 check type compatibility and then convert. In step 2 this conversion is not going to happen. The step 2 diagram is just to tell you that the focus shifts to the RHS. Now while coming to the RHS, next important step is check the type compatibility. Type compatibility means whether we can add real into int. No. So convert I to I star. So now addition can be performed. Once the addition is performed, what will happen? It will be saved into a temporary variable. That is the step 4. The rules of addition indicate that the addition is feasible now. This leads to the action add I star to B, giving temp. So I star to B is added and that we call it as temp, whose type is also real. This is step 4. Now what is remaining? Simply next step is assign temp to A. So that is nothing but A equal to B plus I. That is last step. The assignment can now be performed. This leads to the action store temp in A. This completes the semantic analysis. I hope you cleared steps 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Coming to the end of this lecture, thus we have seen the front end of the toy compiler. What is the front end? So this is the diagram. Source program input to the scanning. Scanner will give string of tokens. Now these tokens are taken by the parsing phase. Parsing phase will give tree. Semantic analysis will modify trees, will give IC. At the same time, symbol table is generated. Symbol table, constant table, other tables, everything will be taken together to call it as IR. So the output of front end is IR. I hope you got this. So this was the content of the lecture: lexical analysis, syntax analysis, semantic analysis. Output of front end tables and the intermediate code is already seen. So this is the end of the lecture. Thank you very much. Happy learning. We'll meet in the next lecture.